All right, so I have a question for just productivity in general. What is the one thing that holds us back from achieving the most that we can, our max potential? That's a question I've been thinking about lately and a question I've been trying to tackle. And today, earlier in the morning, I was talking about like setting intentions at night instead of the morning and using the continuous flow system, which is basically just to make sure you keep track of what you did the last time so that when you start a new session, you progress in the same way and you know exactly what to do afterwards. But I feel like a lot of these things I've already known for a long time and I thought about for a long time as well. And when I checked back on my notes, I just organized for like the past 3 hours, just organizing things. When I check back on my notes, there are so many things that I wrote down that I feel like are very, very useful, but it's like, this is the optimal way. I've known the optimal way for a while, but just showing up to that session of me opening the note and like performing the optimal thing is something I just haven't been doing. And I feel like that's the number one thing, is just showing up and being consistent. And that is the primary thing holding me back, I'd say. Oftentimes I feel like it's deja vu, where I'm in a loop where I continuously I have to sit down and organize and do this big organization session and restructure the system of how I do things. And then I look back on everything and I'm like, I basically already did that at some point and I knew what to do, and I'm eventually landing on the same conclusions. And I'm just like, I just experienced deja vu. I'm like in a loop, basically, of just continuously being motivated, starting up, trying to be consistent as much as possible, and then failing at it, and then finding myself back in the same place where I restructure, reorganize, get motivated, and start again. And my question is it possible to get out of that loop? Or is it just human nature? Is it just something that happens? And maybe it's possible to, to me, the answer is yes. It's definitely possible to get out of it. It's just like understanding yourself and your habits and everything. My arm's getting tired. I'm gonna switch. But I feel like I'm at a spot that is good for being able to get out of that loop and be more continuous with my goals and everything that I want to do. And that is a very, very obvious, but it's a very simple solution, but very hard to do. And that's just to show up every single time. Like, I have a system in place, the whole time blocks, the whole, each routine, each session, just open the note and follow the routine, do what we put down for our notes, do what we said we would do, basically, like what we told ourselves we would do. And that's all we need to do, really, to eventually find some form of success with that, that goal. But for some odd reason, for the past, basically 6 years, I've never been able to consistently do that. I don't know, it's so interesting how when you work for someone else and you're given a task and they're like, okay, do this, finish this by this deadline and everything, like in school, for instance, as well, not just work. But when you do that, it's so easy. You just do it, right? You just show up and do the work. But when it's your own thing, something you feel like you really want to improve on, let's say piano or learning a language, it just gets so hard, and it's easy. And I know where all the time went. I reflect a lot, and the time usually went to me ending up watching something, entertainment and stuff like that. That's why, while I'm on Zero Entertainment, it feels so good. I feel so connected with myself and so aware of what I need to do. But I think from here, we just need to continue to push for consistency. That's key right now, and just showing up despite the fact that I'm in Japan, and it's like, I feel like I've had enough excuses of just saying like, okay, we'll do it then, we'll do it then, we'll do it like at a certain point. No, we just gotta do it now, and we just gotta show up like every single time. That's the only way we're ever gonna get out of this loop. And that's my solution to tackling the big barrier to reaching your full potential, reaching like what you want and your goals and everything like that. But it's an ongoing thing. It's not something that I declare once and I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, I got this. But it's been a good few weeks, at least 2, where we basically have everything in place. Like our habits have been good, we've been consistent, our mind has been clear, completely zero entertainment for 2 weeks now. And I'm trying my best to use that, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, just my full effort. I think this time we can achieve it. I think this time we can make a breakthrough in a lot of areas in my life. We'll keep recording, we'll keep filming. This is us documenting our journey, and I'm having fun with it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.